Hey guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Monday evening. Hope it's been a good one. Hope you've enjoyed work as much as you possibly could. And if you go to the gym, make sure you work hard. But more importantly, let's talk about Conor Gallagher. I didn't expect to talk about him, to be honest. He's been a very key man at Chelsea, but we'll talk about Conor Gallagher and potentially the fact that Chelsea might be selling him. We're going to talk about a little bit of interest regarding Giovani Lo Celso. So one midfielder in, one midfielder out, potentially. We'll talk about the both of them and we'll jump right in. Just want to say, if you're new, subscribe. Very much appreciated. You know, join us for the journey. It's a fun one. And if you fancy liking it for the algorithm, that'd be very much appreciated as well. Let's jump in and let's talk Conor Gallagher first. So, quick backstory. Spurs, last summer, very keen on Conor Gallagher. It was something that had they been given sort of the green light by, I think it was down to two things, but had they got the green light that Højbjerg was going to go and got the green light that Gallagher was going to come, that would have happened, right? And that's what supposedly has been said. Well, this came out literally an hour and 3 minutes ago. That's how close it's been. Given Matt Hughes, who said that Chelsea considers shock January transfer sale of Conor Gallagher to raise funds for new signings with club close to spending breach. Selling homegrown player would provide PSR headroom, but risk fan backlash. Gallagher yet to agree a contract with 18 months left. So ironically on this came from the Daily Mail, but ironically on the thumbnail, it kind of looks like they are using Gallagher sale to fund a striker purchase, which makes a ton of sense. It does. Chelsea have a lot of midfielders. You have your Caicedo, you have your Enzo, you have your Conor Gallagher. You still have Romeo Lavia. You still have quite a few players in and around that area, right? Gallagher has, ironically though, been one of their better players this season, and he does kind of suit that high press style that Poch wants to play. I don't know if they're truly getting it at Chelsea under him, that's a high press that he had at Spurs. But, under Ange, yeah, he's absolutely going to... I genuinely think he would flourish at Spurs, really do. The more I watch Conor Gallagher, the more I kind of... You can see development in his game, but also you realise if he was to be given consistency, and if he was going to be given that blank page that he would get at Spurs, right? To kind of just go out there, look, this, in Ange's eyes, look, this is what I want you to do. Go out there and just do it. Just do your thing. Get on the ball and, get involved. He would do very, very well. And I do actually, ironically, see a scenario, right? You're going to hear me out. You're going to let me run away with these wheels. 3 positions in the midfield. Maddison and Celso is kind of like, or Kulusevski is like the attacking midfield part of that 3. Bissouma, Bentancur, potentially as a 6. Sarr, Gallagher as an 8. That's a good midfield room. That's a really good midfield room. That's a really good midfield room that could rival a lot of midfield rooms. I do genuinely think that. I think the emergence... Well, the re-emergence, I think, is probably how I would sum up Lo Celso. But the re-emergence of Lo Celso, the emergence of Kulusevski through the centre, Maddison obviously being Madders, Bissouma being Bissouma, Sarr being Sarr, Bentancur being Bentancur. There you go. Well, you've got Oliver Skip you can sprinkle in there with injuries, but Gallagher, yeah. I really like it. Now, Gallagher's not going to be cheap, though. You're not going to be getting him for 20, 30 minutes. It's going to be 40 to 50 million. So, will you get your money's worth? Well, he's homegrown, which helps. Can take a set piece. We know that from his time at Palace. High press. Yeah, he picks up a silly foul here and there and a silly booking. But to be honest, most of our team do that. So actually he'd fit in with that. He would do well. He would do well. And Chelsea want to sell him. Now, Chelsea probably want to sell him to like a Palace or they want to sell him abroad, which I don't think they're going to get. And they're not going to get anywhere near the money they think they're going to get. Now, if I was Man United, I'd look at Conor Gallagher, but they might look at it and go, we'll just sign Mason Mount and we need to actually see if we can get some money out of that or like get our money's worth. Liverpool, he would suit Liverpool really, really well. He would. But then they're trying to transition Trent into that midfield. I mean, he'd suit Arsenal. He'd suit Spurs. He'd suit Chelsea even. But then not Chelsea, City. But they've got Matthias Nunez. They've got Kovacic. You know, Bernardo, Foden, Alvarez. I haven't named one bad player there. That's really annoying. I thought I was going to name one bad player in the City area, but no. But with Spurs, yeah, obviously his name's not attached in that article, Spurs, but we've been in I guess a state of likingness of Conor Gallagher. So I thought I'd bring it back, and we've been interested in, it's been reported not long ago. So I definitely expect there to potentially be an option where Spurs go loan, buy within the summer, but then that wouldn't suit what Chelsea want to do financial fair play wise, because they want to get a striker in January. You can see there might be a slight thing there. Let's talk Giovani Lo Celso, the man who's been in quite good form with the Spurs. And it came from Lyle Thomas of Sky Sports, who said that Xavi is determined to sign Giovani Lo Celso for Barcelona in January and requested the club to get it done in what is seen as a test of their support for him. Interesting conundrum, Spurs, with 18 months left on his deal. Right, well, I actually saw one of the first tweets in response to this, and it said, selling a player when a stock is high is not something that we've done for years. I like what you're doing now, but you'd feel it'd be hard to turn down a decent bid. I rate that from that guy. The one thing I'd say is, Barcelona hasn't got the money to spend on a 15 to 20 million pound signing of Giovani Lo Celso. And because he's played well recently, and he's going to have another few weeks to play well, because obviously it's not the German chance window, you could see a situation where he's 18 months left on his deal, we'll have 20 million for him, and then you might say, well, we still need to go out and get another midfielder to replace him. And that's the situation. If you let one go, you've got to replace him, especially in our situation where we're going to be down midfielders. I don't see him moving on. We've seen reports that Spurs don't want him to move on. We've seen reports that Giovani Lo Celso is happy at Spurs. We've seen reports Giovani Lo Celso is, wanting a Barca move. I don't blame him. Barca will probably quadruple his wages and break their own financial fair play structure again. But we're gonna want a sale, and that's where the issue is. They want to get a loan. That's what Xavi wants. Like, get him. Oh, he can only afford a loan. Oh, what a shame. Well, let's get him on loan then. You're dealing with Daniel Levy. He's going to go, you can have him. We want 20 million. How's 15 million? We want 20 million. How's 18 million? Right, well, that's it. I want 25 million now. If you're going to sell him, this is the way I look at it. It's not that Daniel Levy's a shrewd negotiator, right? He doesn't want to do the work. So if you sell him, he's got to replace him. That's work for, Johan Lang. It's work for the scouts. It's work for Levy. They don't want to do that. Lo Celso is a usable player now. They're going to look at it and go, well, no, we've got him now. We're happy with him now. And whilst Madison's been gone, you've got Kulusevski, but you never know, Kulusevski could get injured. That's a slight issue then, isn't it? Actually, one thing I would say is Kulusevski being able to play in the midfield does really aid the midfield a bit more, but makes the attack a little bit weaker. If you know what I mean, just because you're pulling one from attack into midfield, you're leaving Solomon, Johnson, Ritchie, Veliz, Brian Hill, and you're starting to go, oh, that's a little bit weaker, isn't it? Yeah, that's why they're looking to get an attacker or a winger in. So yeah, plenty to kind of digest in that Lo Celso situation. I just think if you're going to sell him, it's because they're getting a proper sale for him. And then if you're doing that, is Gallagher his replacement? That's an interesting thing to think about. I didn't think about that before we even did the video. If we sold Lo Celso for, let's say, 20 million, and you're getting Gallagher for, let's say, 45, I think Spurs could probably stomach that. Then it's a situation of what's happening with Højbjerg. Does he end up going to Juventus? Does he end up going to Roma or whoever it might be? But then you've got to replace him. How much money? They want 20, 25 million for him. That's an interesting thought. I hadn't even thought about it. It's now sitting on my mind. Is Lo Celso sold? Gallagher brought in. Both got 18 months of the contract, so not that long, knowing that that's going to be most beneficial. Very fascinating. Very, very fascinating. I'm interested to see what happens there. But I don't think the Gallagher one's going away, so definitely will be keeping my eye on that. But anyway, guys, at the end of the video, I hope you enjoy it. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comment section below your thoughts and feelings around the Gallagher situation, around the Lo Celso situation. Could you see in and out? I want to know what you're thinking about that. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bell notification for more. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the video, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.